Today we have my good friend Kaci. She also is her own entrepreneur, like the last episode. And how are you, Casey?
I'm good. How you doing, Kai?
That's good. So tell the fans a little bit about yourself. Like, what do you do for work, stuff like that. Like,
So I am a full-time realtor. I help people buy and sell homes for a living, investment properties, upsizing, downsizing, all that good stuff. Um, and yeah, that's kind of an interesting job. There's a lot that goes into it. But I love working with people, and it's just I love it. I have such a passion for it, and yeah, I don't
yeah.
know. There's so much that I could get into with that.
So yeah, we'll get there in a second. So do you work for yourself or do you work for someone else?
So I work under a brokerage. So I'm licensed as a real estate salesperson, and I work under Layer Realty. They're my broker. So basically, they oversee all my transactions. They make sure I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. They keep me in line. And I work on a really great team. I work for O'Connell and Company out of Drake, Mass. So I'm an admin and I'm an agent. So I do a little bit of everything.
That's what's up. So you have your hands full.
Yeah, definitely.
So, any other little projects you're working on or might be having in the works, anything like that?
Yeah, so I actually just started working on a lifestyle blog. So it's going to be a little bit of everything. I'm really into eating like good food for you, but also not like sacrificing like that flavor and stuff like that. I indulge a little bit myself. I love my sweets.
Yeah.
And I love to cook. So, I want to share stuff like that. I'm really into fitness. Obviously, I work really hard. I love that stuff. You got to have a home life balance.
Yeah.
And talking about some of the travels that I've been on. So just, sharing my experiences with people and things that I've learned. And, maybe it's just me talking to myself on the internet, or maybe someone could pick up a thing or two.
I feel
But
like you get some followers.
it's definitely just like
you
a
know.
creative outlet for me. I love to write. So I feel like if I can just kind of write about the things that I've been through, or like, for the women out there, the products that I use, I struggle with skincare and stuff like that. So for me, like if I can share that with somebody else and, maybe it helps them or they learn something new or whatever. I'm a licensed cosmetologist and a certified makeup artist. So, I've learned to work with skin and understand some of the stuff that goes on there, and, the importance of obviously feeling beautiful and feeling good in your skin and doing what works for you. So,
Yeah, for sure. So do you like what you do for work as a realtor?
yeah, I love it. We're really busy right now as a team. We have a lot of new construction that's going on right now in Drake. Obviously, we work other residential sales as well, so we're kind of all over the map on that. We work in Mass, New Hampshire, but my brokerage extends all the way over all around New England, excuse me. So, if we can't help you, we definitely, have somebody that can, which is great. So we keep our hands pretty full, which is nice.
That's
So
good.
it's not a bad
Always stay
problem
on the
to
go.
have.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That's what's up. So is there any like houses you're working on or might be working on lately that, you could tell the fans that they might be interested in looking at if someone's looking for a house? You never know.
Yeah, so I mean, if you're looking to build a house, we have a builder that's working in Drake right now on a development. We have some home options for you guys to choose from, depending on, where you want to build, what lot you want to pick. And that is Wheeler Village in Drake. So if you guys are interested in like new builds, picking out all your own finishes, designing your house a little bit, then it's definitely a really good place to start. It's in a good part of Drake. The neighbors are really great. We've done an ice cream social there. We just wanted to get all the neighbors together, hanging out, doing their thing. And it was a lot of fun. We did a pie contest. Well, kind of. We pied our boss. People who made donations to the Little Bricks charity got to throw whipped cream at my boss. And we matched all of the donations 100% that everyone gave that night.
That's good. Sounds like there's always something going on.
Oh yeah, we
It's a
are
really good
always
business.
moving and doing something. But we want to show our clients that they're appreciated. We care about their business and they're not just another paycheck to us. They're not just another dollar in our pocket. We really try to give 100% to every client that we have and do our best. And we're thankful for the people that come back and work with us again and again over the years. So
Yeah. So, what was I gonna say? So what's like obviously you meet a lot of people because you're showing houses, stuff like that.
yeah.
What's some of the crazier stuff that you've probably seen out of people, showing off a house or maybe finishing a deal, something?
Maybe not so much people, but we definitely see some interesting houses. We're really lucky. A lot of our clients are pretty good. People get emotional sometimes, but it's to be
It's
expected.
business.
They're raising their families in these homes and they're leaving after 20, 25 years, or maybe that's the only house that they've ever known. That's a really hard thing to part with.
Yeah.
But, sometimes it's time to turn a new chapter. And, we see that a lot, but it's our job to handle it and get the job done and do what we can for them and, take the emotion out of it on our side so that we can, keep them focused and, work them through what they're going through and
Yeah.
still get the transaction done for them so that they can move on and do what they need to do with their lives, and not give them any more added stress than they need when they're going through something like this. So it's a
Yeah.
big transaction,
It's life changing.
yeah, and it's, most people's biggest purchase in life. So we need to handle that with the best care that we can, and we try to do that.
Yeah. So what is the craziest thing you've seen or funniest thing like someone's
So,
probably done?
all right. So, like, we do REOs, which is like bank owned homes. And they give them to us to list. We specialize in it as a team. My boss has, I don't know, 20 years of experience doing it. And it's definitely not for everyone. It's tedious work. But I went to this house once and, I have to go in, I have to take some pictures, I have to upload them. And it has a condemned sign on the door. And now I just drove maybe an hour, 2 hours to get to this house. And I call my boss and I'm like, bro, it says condemned on the door. And he's like, yeah, don't worry about it. Like, you have the code to get in, whatever. And I'm standing in the driveway and you know how like the bottom of the foundation, you can see it come up out of like the driveway or the sidewalk, whatever, right? You can see like two or 3 feet of it. Mm-hmm. Well, part of it was in the basement because it was like a rock foundation. So I'm like looking into the basement from the driveway and I'm like, wow, I got to walk through this house and take pictures. Like there's a hole in the foundation. I'm like, I really don't want to do this. My boss is like, you're like, just run really quick, and like, he's like, just get it done. This is our job. And so that's some of the stuff we walk into. I mean, I've seen hoarder houses. People will just leave behind all kinds of stuff. It's really crazy. And, sometimes it's really sad to see them, leave family pictures and things like that. And, we definitely see like a nitty gritty side of real estate, but it's really good to be a well-rounded agent and to understand all of the different kinds of transactions that you could deal with out there, and if you do your best to learn and you get educated on the things that you're doing, you're able to help your clients to the best of your abilities and get the job done and help them out in the process. So that's an awesome feeling. And while it's not like the glamorous side of real estate and, sometimes
it is what it is.
Yeah, but you know what? It's feel good work, you know what I mean? You feel like you've helped alleviate something for someone at some point. And a lot of times they're really thankful for that. So that's a really cool part of it too, doing like short sales and stuff.
Yeah. So do you feel like it's like a hustle business? Like the more you want it, like
yeah, the more you work, the more money you make. You
Yeah.
have to be able to, have that self-discipline to get yourself up every morning because you don't always have a boss breathing down your neck to be like, hey, if you're late, like you're going to get fired. You know what I mean? You are your boss. So, I mean, you're not going to fire you, right? That's not why you're here. You want to be in charge, but you need to really buckle down and tell yourself, all right, I'm going to get up on time every day. I'm going to get ready for work. I'm going to have, just a good morning routine. I'm going to start my day off the way that I want to, but it's got to be productive. You know what I mean? And when you go to work, you got to get to work. You can't be playing on your phone. There's shit to get done, you know what I mean? Sorry, I don't know if I can swear on this.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. I just want to make sure, that's all. But you really got to like buckle down and not be hard on yourself, but you have to feel that pressure that if I don't work, I'm not going to make money.
Yeah.
And the whole reason I got into this is to make money. And it might not come overnight. And, you got to put your nose to the grindstone and just work it out. I mean, I didn't start making consistent money till like my 3rd year in real estate.
Yeah.
All right. And so I encourage everybody, if you have like a passion for something, don't give up. Like, do not give up on yourself. Yeah. Because like if your drive is there and you're trying your hardest, like you just have to keep giving consistent 100%. And yeah, days are going to be harder. You know what I mean? You might give 50%. You might give nothing and take the day off. But
Yeah.
if for the majority of the time you're showing up and working your ass off, then I mean, you're going to get something sometime. Just like don't give up. I know it's always hard and you can't always see like the light at the end of the tunnel. And I'll be the first person to say like I wanted to quit real estate so many times. And I'm so thankful that I just like I figured it out. And I don't know how I did it, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't change it for the world because I love what I do.
So, if you could choose, would you stay here in Massachusetts, or what state would you go, like, that you feel like would be the best for you right
Oh,
now?
does it have to be a state?
Nah,
Can
it
I
could be
move
a
out of the
country.
country?
Yeah, if you
Oh,
want to
I
do
would
real
move
estate
to
in another
Europe. I
country.
would move to Europe. I mean, I don't know that I would stay in one specific
I was gonna
place, but
say,
I
what
would
place?
definitely I mean, oh
What's your
man,
top
that's
three?
so tough. All right, Switzerland, definitely up
Definitely like
there.
the Swiss.
Um, definitely Switzerland. I would love to live in Italy.
Okay.
Italy would be beautiful.
Hell yeah.
And Peru. I would love to live in Peru.
Yeah, I feel like Peru would be a nice spot.
Yeah, just
I would.
different. You know what I mean? I feel like that's not somewhere that you hear people like vacationing and doing
Yeah.
stuff all the time.
I
And
mean,
I just like learning about like new places. So I think that would be like an interesting spot to live and just, be immersed in the culture and get to know it. And I think
yeah.
that'd be fun.
No, that's definitely be different. Definitely different response than I thought you'd have. But
Yeah.
so in 5 years, like, do you want to be continuously doing real estate, or is there another job or career you want to pursue possibly in the future that you might be working towards?
Yeah. So right now I'm a full-time student, as well as being a full-time realtor.
Okay.
And I'm going to school right now for forensic psychology, getting my bachelor's. But I want to move on and get my master's in criminal psychology, and then I want to get a PsyD, which is a psychology. I want to be a psychological
Yeah, yeah.
doctor. And so I want to work with people who, have committed heinous crimes and, typical stereotypical serial killer type thing.
Yeah.
I in my line of work I could do profiling if I wanted to. I'm not really sure that that's the route that I want to go. I think I want to work more like one-on-one with people that need the help, need the therapy,
Yeah.
or even the research side of it where I can try to understand the connections through the things that have happened and what might have triggered what and where things are stemming from, and obviously using psychology to work my way through those questions. So, I want to be a doctor, but I do love real estate, and being a doctor is really like a big personal goal for me. I would definitely love to pursue it, obviously, but, my heart would not be broken if I sold real estate for the rest of my life because
Yeah.
I do love it. But, forensic psychology and criminal psychology just really interests me, and I'm like a
Yeah.
big lover of true crime. So, for me, whatever happens with it, I'm really, really happy either way. And I'm
You think
I'm
that you
glad that
could
I got
possibly do
excited.
both in the future?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think that could be a possibility.
Yeah.
You
You
know,
never
there's
know.
yeah, I mean, it depends on the job. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
what I have going for real estate at that time. I mean, if I'm slowing down and I'm able to pick up doing psychology,
Mm-hmm.
and being a therapist a couple times a week or doing certain sessions or working certain hours, I mean, it's definitely a possibility.
Yeah.
It'd be an interesting job being a psychologist and
That's
being a
not
real
bad.
estate agent. That'd be quite the
That's
quite the
good.
experience being my client.
So do you see yourself staying in Mass forever, or where would you like to move or live? Obviously, you said out of country,
Yeah,
but
I definitely want to explore the world. I'm not sure that there's one place that I really want to settle down. I mean, obviously, I grew up here. I love it here.
yeah,
I lived in Texas for a while. But I definitely want to see more of the world. I've traveled a lot lately, in like the last year and a half, and I'm really
yeah,
happy about that. I've seen a lot of cool places around the world and in the States, and I think I'd like to continue that. But I would move to like the West Coast or down south. I like the warm weather. Maybe Colorado. Be a
Colorado.
good in between West Coast down
Okay.
south.
That's not
I
bad.
could get with Colorado. You can go snowboarding. It gets warm out there. You can go hiking. I mean, there's so much to do, and it's such a beautiful place. So I mean, that would definitely be a spot
Yeah.
I'd like to go to.
So you said you've been traveling a lot. What place have you been to that you're like, damn, like I'd actually live here?
Oh, I went to Key West, and
Key
I
West,
would
Florida.
yeah, Key West, Florida, and I was very sad to go home. I hopped around Florida a little bit on that trip, and I got to see a couple places, but I landed in Key West for the tail end of it, and I flew home from there. And honestly, it was an amazing time, and it's a beautiful place, and there's a lot to see. But it's a very laid back place for sure, and
Mm-hmm.
that fits very well with me. I'd like to think that I'm a pretty easygoing person, and I love, excuse me, I love the beach and I love the water. And again, I love warm weather, so I mean, that might be number two if I had to pick another place to live.
Yeah, that's not bad. So, to wrap it up, anything left you want to say to the audience? Anything like that?
Yeah, you guys can follow me on Instagram if you'd like. My handle is a day with Kay, and then there's 2 underscores after that. You'll be able to find me. I'm a redhead, you can't miss me. My blog will be posted on there soon as well. You can find the link to that. It will also be a day with Kay. And you will also find the tag for my real estate Instagram, Homes by Kaci, on there. So give me a follow. Hit me on all the platforms, and I will have my blog out soon for you guys.
All right, sounds good.